Don't hang out with druggies. You will lose everything, but mostly money. Don't hang out with drinkers. Same thing. Do get straight if you're not. Obvious, but worth saying. Drinking and drugs will prevent you from making money. That's a promise. Something's gotta go. If you're like me and love money, get rid of all the monkeys on your back. Now. Changes. I've never been drunk in my life. I've never been high except in a dentist chair. I've never taken more than a sip or two of beer. I hate the taste and smell of it. I have never smoked, except for 1 or 2 puffs from a hidden pack of my mother's cigarettes when I was 12 years old. After that, I never put another cigarette in my mouth again. I have never touched drugs. I've been a good boy. I've worked hard, and no one is allowed the fruits of my labor without my permission. I'm not saying this for effect, but for your information only. Now, if you take a look at this very small idea, it's a personal choice I made, although convention and society actually espouse the notion of drinking. James Bond has his martinis, and Joe Middle America watches a Sunday football game and drinks brews as he yells, "Fuck you! Heil Hitler!" I just don't like the smell of alcohol or the taste of it. There's nothing about it that's appealing in the least. It also costs money, a lot of it. Drinking is not a solitary activity unless you're a blatant drunk and have very bad self-esteem problems. Ace had some very bad self-esteem problems and was a drinker. Drinking is a social phenomenon. You like to drink beer or booze, and lots of it, because this is America and you like to do it with your buddies, and often you'll spring for the tab because you're such a man. That means that you'll be out a lot of cash, and you won't even have gotten a lap dance. I haven't sat down and done the arithmetic, but I would imagine I've saved a small fortune simply by not drinking. Not to mention less aspirin tabs for headaches, no time lost from work due to hangovers. You do the math. I've also, as a personal choice, never been high in my life in any way, shape, or form. I've never held a marijuana cigarette in my hand, and I've never stuck anything that looks remotely like Sweet and Low up my nose. It's simply a personal choice. This doesn't make me very popular in that way at parties, because parties are based on the notion that people need to get blitzed in order to be effective at attracting the opposite sex. I have worked for more than 30 years in an industry that actually espouses the lifestyle in a phrase we've all come to know and love dearly: sex, drugs, and rock and roll. My favorite word, sex, is right at the beginning. There's that dreaded self-destructive word, drugs, right in the middle, and the rock and roll part nobody can quite figure out. It seems harmless enough. I'm here to tell you that a loser came up with that middle word, but clearly the industry is filled with mongoloids with guitars hanging around their necks. Because when this idiot was just a poor kid, before he got famous, he didn't have access to many drugs, and may not have been a drug addict at all. He aspired to greatness and riches and as many women as he could get. And of course, as soon as he got it, what did he do? He became a drug addict. His descent was hastened into hell behind a turnstile someplace where he's doomed to ask, you guessed it, want fries with that? On tour with Kiss, I would walk into a room. It would be filled with groupies. They would either be A, drinking, or B, doing drugs. While everybody in that room was blitzed, I would simply walk in like the fox in the hen house and take out all the chicks I liked. When the girls were with me, 1, 2, or more, smoking was not allowed, drinking was not allowed, and getting high was not allowed. Ace Frehley was not allowed, Peter Criss was not allowed, my dick was not allowed. For one thing, there are financial repercussions if someone is in your room and overdoses. Also, if she is drunk and or high, she might do something that will bring the law coming. At the end of the day, I never wanted to be around anyone who drank or got high. I was always, you might be surprised to know, much more interested in being around managers and record company people, and to be perfectly blunt, bankers. And if not entirely, then at least their sisters and girlfriends.